I was watching the earlier one, everybody was very quiet. Let's enjoy ourselves because this is
past and does coming to Delhi hold any special significance for you?
Firstly, I can't ask for a better debut. Sitting with Mr. Akshay Kumar, who is our inspiration. And small word about Delhi. Whenever we had holidays, especially in summer, in the south it used to be Ooty, the Nilgiri Hills, and in the north it always used to be Delhi, Leh and Ladakh. So Delhi was our base always. And a couple of years back, my dad was the tourism minister, and also we enjoyed Delhi like never before. Thank you, Delhi, and thanks for welcoming us again.
Thank you. So Rahul, we'll start with you. I mean, there's an unparalleled lineage that you have when it comes to cinema. I mean, to have the legend, Mr. Chiranjeevi as your dad, you had Naga Babu, Pavan Kalyanji, Allur Arvindji as your uncles. To have somebody like an Allu Arjun, who's also a superstar and your contemporary for a first cousin. At what age was it a given that acting and films is going to be your calling?
Firstly, I mean, we're fortunate because all of us have worked hard under the umbrella which Dad had opened up for all of us and laid the path so beautifully. But eventually all of us had to work really hard for this position, and to sit here with all of you, it took us, and it was a long journey. But I'm really fortunate. And at what age, I don't know. I mean, it was a very conservative family. Though all of us are actors, I will still remember if Dad was on a cover page or any awards, it always used to stay in the office, never came to our residence side. So I was very scared whether bolna chahiye, nahi bolna chahiye, whether I want to be an actor, because he never entertained a single film magazine to come inside. He always had a very normal home. It was not like a celebrity home. So at a later stage, he might have kept cinema away from us, but cinema was never away from us. It had to eventually land up like this.
Right. Well, Akshay, आपके बारे में we've always known a lot of your background. I mean, the fact that
I was just thinking about मेरे घर पे बिल्कुल उल्टा है. मैं अपने बेटे को I want to show him films. I want to tell him about films. He doesn't want to see films. I want to put him into all that, but he just doesn't want to see anything. He just wants to do his work, what he wants to do. He wants to study and he wants to do fashion designing. So, there are two ways of doing it. One, you keep it hidden, or one, you give them so much that they don't want to do it. They just don't want to do it.
Nice, but in between, I thought I had to come up with something in life. I had to do something. So I thought I'd do mechanical engineer.
Oh,
yeah, I did pursue and make my dad feel
and
like...
guess what I wanted to do?
Yeah.
I wanted to be Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee has it's a strange connection, because I was reading up on your body of work and you've done a film called Bruce Lee the Fighter.
Yeah. Not so good, not so good.
But Akshay, it is, kuch cheezein pata hai. The fact that, you were working in a restaurant in Bangkok, some people think you were a cook, you've told us that you used to wait on tables and even deliver food and all that. Not too many people know, however, that Akshay was also a jewelry salesman in Kolkata. Or you used to get jewelry?
लाजपत मार्केट से मैं ज्वेलरी खरीद के मैं बॉम्बे में बेचता था. करीबन 12-15% मिलते थे उसमें, क्योंकि वहाँ के कुंदन की ज्वेलरी यहाँ से खरीद के तुम बॉम्बे में बेचो तो पैसे भी ज़्यादा मिल जाते थे.
तो ये पैसे बनाने की बिजनेस एक्टिवमेंट आप में शुरू से ही है.
और आदमी सब यहाँ मुझे बताइए किसमें नहीं है. कोई झूठी बोलेगा जिसमें नहीं है, सब में है. सब बनाना चाहते हैं, और गलत होगा कोई कहेगा कि मुझे पैसे नहीं बनाने, मैं बस अपनी जिंदगी जीना चाहता हूँ. सब बनाना चाहते हैं और अच्छी जिंदगी जीना चाहते हैं.
True that. So coming back to the Bruce Lee connection, you were saying that Bruce Lee had आपने कहीं पहले भी बोला in an interview that somehow becoming Bruce Lee.
I always think, so just like how he was saying he wanted to be a mechanical engineer, I wanted to be Bruce Lee. I just wanted to follow his what he used to do. It is very important for a person to have a vision कि वो जिंदगी में क्या बनना चाहता है. आदमी कुछ भी हो, लेकिन मैं बोलता हूँ बचपन से ही आदमी को एक विजन होना चाहिए कि कुछ कर दिखाने का, कि मैं इस जगह पे जाना चाहता हूँ. मैं आपको बताता हूँ, आप सबको बताता हूँ कि मुझे ब्रूस ली बनना था, मुझे मार्शल आर्टिस्ट बनना था. And can you believe it? I kept on, I came to know that he practices martial art 5 to 6 hours a day. So I also started doing it. I still remember मैं दिल्ली में रहता था तो मैं राजघाट में जाया करता था एक्सरसाइज करने. राजघाट is a place here. Okay. It's a big huge garden also. So I used to go to राजघाट. तो मेरी नानी मुझे करीबन 4-5 रुपए देती थी. तो मैं टमाटर, ककड़ी और सारे वेजिटेबल्स ये सब लेके I used to go as a picnic. Every day I have done this. जब मैं इधर रहता था. And I used to go and practice martial art for 5-6 years because I just wanted to be Bruce Lee. And I'm glad, and I'm telling the youngsters also, that have a vision. Whatever you want to become in life, but have a vision. The most important thing in this world or in this thing is that you should have a vision. Whatever you want to become, just go for it. And today you see, it has helped me also. Like I practice martial art and it has helped me being an actor. मुझे तो पता भी नहीं था कि मैं एक्टर बन जाऊंगा. ये तो एक इत्तेफाकी बात है. मुझे मौका मिल गया कि एक्टर बना और मेरे एक्टिंग के अंदर, टैलेंट के अंदर, एक्टिंग के अंदर मुझे मार्शल आर्ट ही सबसे ज़्यादा काम में आया. So I always say I'm a stuntman first and an actor next.
I have a vision, says Akshay Kumar, and talking of vision, Ram, RRR is an unstoppable force. You recently went to Japan to promote the film. It's got released in Japan. I think it's been just a couple of weeks and it's already crossed Bahubali's earnings and it's doing massively well. At what point of RRR did you realize that it's going to be a big success? Or
not while waiting.
Not while
We
waiting.
were too busy with the working of the shooting of RRR. But of course, on the day of release, we did have 20% of divided talk. But thanks to the pan-India audience today, it has completely overshadowed all those little talks. And never have I imagined going across the boundaries from Andhra Pradesh to Telangana was also a big achievement, but we did it. And going across other countries, going into other countries like Japan, some very conservative markets like Japan, very orthodox markets, and there to be appreciated is very, very heartwarming.
It is heartwarming indeed. But I have to particularly ask you about the opening sequence. I think all of those who may have seen RRR, the entire intro scene of yours, I mean, he's like, it is, you start by thinking it's larger than life and then it completely overwhelms you. What went into doing that?
We shot that over 35 days. Usually 7 films finished. Akshay sir will finish a movie in 40 days or so, I heard. But it took us a long time to shoot. We were shooting with 3,000 people or 4,000 people a day in certain days. And I have a huge dust allergy since I was a kid. I had an operation for sinus as well. But look at my, my fate. I had to land up in a fight sequence for 35 days with dust. And they couldn't, once the director said cut, they wouldn't know where I was. I had one assistant wave a white flag saying Ram is here, so please come and take him. So it was engulfed, we were engulfed with dust, and it was such a beautiful shot, so majestic, the whole play. All thanks to the great master filmmaker, S.S. Rajmouli.
Right. Absolutely. No, majestic is the word you for it. Actually, 2022 started on a high note because Surivanshi had released around the end of the last year. And then, and that your film got people back into the theatres after the pandemic. But then came 3 or 4 films which didn't really do as well as you would have expected them to do, didn't really perform at the box office. So, how does it impact, in fact, not just yours, basically for Hindi cinema, I must say, पूरा साल बीत गया, we are in the mid of November. किसी की भी पिक्चर नहीं चल रही. You can count practically on your fingers. Kashmir Files did well. Bhool Bhulaiya did well. To a certain measure, Brahmastra for all the costs that it may have incurred did well. But I mean, we are in the last end of the year. कुछ भी नहीं चल रहा है. हो क्या है?
हो क्या रहा है? देखिए हो ये रहा है मेरे हिसाब से, मैं we have to, things have changed. Audience wants something different. And this is what we should think. That we should sit down and try to give them, it is our fault. It is not the audience fault that they are not coming. It is us. We have to give them what they want. And that is what we have to rethink. We have to dismantle what you have made. You have to just put it down. You have to start all over again. Think again. What kind of cinema would they want to see? So this is what we have to learn more. So I think I want to start completely differently in a different way. And that is what I've started doing. Ki just give them something different and try to talk to them, understand what they want. Because जो pandemic के अंदर हुआ है ना, their choices have changed rapidly. Earlier it used to have a speed of changing, but now after the pandemic things have changed. But nevertheless, things we are all going to sit together, work hard on it, and we will try to give the audience what they exactly want.
That's very heartening to know. Dismantle and reinvent is your mantra.
Yes, we have to dismantle. That is the important thing because we have to understand what they require. अब और भी मैं आपको बताऊं कि बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, ये सिर्फ एक्टरों को ही नहीं बल्कि प्रोड्यूसरों को भी, बल्कि थिएटर्स को भी, सबको अपने अपने मतलब मैं बताता हूँ, मुझे अपनी प्राइसेस करीबन 30 to 40% नीचे लानी है, लोगों को थिएटर्स को समझना पड़ेगा, मतलब बेसिकली द होल थिंग, see it's a recession time also, things have to come, we have to understand the pain of what the audience has also. They also have a limited amount of money to spend on an entertainment. You cannot be spending so much for this, the kind of pricing you have. So everything has to change. Everybody has to dismantle all what they have. And we have to restart again. So that's what I think. I mean, this is what I think.
That's your opinion, very valid points there, and particularly about the cost of a theatre outing. So
everybody, not only the cost of theatre, the cost of me, cost of making the film, cost everything. We have to work on it.
Yeah, but also from an affordability point of view, and actually we earlier had Mr. George Clooney and Mr. Anil Kapoor in a conversation, and George Clooney also pointed it out that across the world, the theatre-going experience has taken a hit, and has taken a sharp hit. Back here in India, one wonders if in today's times, is it possible for a family of 4 to spend $300 per person on a ticket, to spend 300 rupees on a cold drink, to spend 400 rupees on popcorn just for one person, so you can well imagine the kind of cost it takes for a family. कैसे कोई afford करेगा? So as stakeholders, do we hear the actors telling the theatre owners that they need to relook at their pricing?
Sorry, I was just saying.
Would we likely to say?
I can only say about it. I can say everybody has their own thing. The theatre people must be having their own problems. Why they can't do it or can they do it? I am talking about what I think. I am talking about me. I think everybody has to drop things 30 to 40% down. Everybody. And especially if you want your films to go where they should start going again. If you want the public, if you want the people to get the habit back again to come back in theatres.
Right. And so talking of that, एक और factor ये भी है कि लोग इस, by the way, the theatre goers in the south have not really, I mean the number is marginally higher. So before we go on to OTT and its impact on theatre going, आपके यहाँ popcorn महंगे नहीं है?
बहुत महंगा है। Popcorn और समोसा हर जगह महंगा।
So what explains the difference in theatre goers?
For example, like Sir said, you have to rethink, restructure your whole game moving forward, be it in the script level, making level, like I said, the exhibitors, everybody have to pitch in and do their own game in this big game, have to play their part in this big game. Eventually, towards the end, if you see how films are still running, like he said, a good subject, a good script, nobody can stop. People will come to the theatres. His film has brought people back to the theatres from Suryavansh. There's a film, Bol Bulaya, his remake, which people came back to the theatres. In the south, we have a couple of films like Pushpa, KGF, and RRR. They've got back. And again, I had another small release after RRR. I did a guest appearance. Again, nobody came to see that, though it was right after RRR. So what we have to understand is that good content will always drive people back to theatres, and maybe spend also on samosa and popcorn if they like.
But everybody has to cut their prices.
Fair point, fair point. So that's, you see a consensus there that from superstars that people need to relook at pricing. But another factor is that people think unless there is a larger than life experience that they're getting out of a theatre film, 3-4 हफ्ते में OTT में आ जाएगी तो देख लेंगे. So which also is making people think कि अगर VFX, so we had never earlier in so many decades see a common person talk so much about VFX, and अगर VFX ऐसे है तो theatre जाने का फायदा है. So what really creatively happens to those love stories, those emotional family dramas? I mean, would it not effectively have a place on the big screen?
It's very tricky, I think.
Absolutely.
It's very tricky. Yes, you're right, Sonal ma'am, that people require to see larger than life, an epic film like so-called RRR, a KGF, a Suryavansh. But I don't know. If I may ask, I don't know. If I may ask the people sitting here, would you think, I mean, say, a film like Toilet Ek Prem Katha, would it do well now? I'm asking you. No. Am I saying no or am I hearing yes? No. Why? Because it doesn't have that epic, does it not have that whole bigness in it, or because it's just a small little story, which rather people would want to watch it in OTT platform or wait for it to come. I think that is what it is. I think people want to watch that big cinema. And we have to try, and as I said, dismantle the whole thing, start making. See, you have to cater to OTT also. You have to cater to the audience also, the cinema going on. So everything has to be changing.
See, formula banega when everyone started thinking about it.
But I just hope one day people come for all the cinema. That's all. I can only pray for it.
Surely. Actually, one critical feedback that comes your way is that you do too many films in a year. लोग कहते हैं कि अभी we just 40 दिन में खत्म हो रही है. I don't even know the real truth behind actual film 40 दिन में खत्म होती है, और now it's become a sort of a fact to say. But चाचा 5-5 फिल्में मतलब इतना काम क्यों कर रहे हो? People are sick.
तो मुझे बताइए, यहाँ कौन है जो बोलता है कि आदमी कोई अपने बच्चे को बोलता है इतना काम क्यों करते हो? आदमी बोलता है कि इतनी गैम्बलिंग क्यों करता है, इतना पीता क्यों है, लेकिन कौन बोलता है कि इतना काम क्यों करता है? मतलब मुझे बताइए, आज मैंने किया क्या है? मैं 4 फिल्म साल की करता हूँ, हाँ करता हूँ. मैं एड्स करता हूँ, हाँ करता हूँ. मुझे आज भी याद है जब मैं ब्रूस ली बनना चाहता था, मैं 5 से लेकर 6 घंटे प्रैक्टिस करता था. मेरे पड़ोसी वो आके बोलते थे, भाटिया साहब, मेरे डैडी को बोलते, भाटिया साहब आपका बेटा पारा तो नहीं, इतना प्रैक्टिस क्यों करता है, इतना मार्शल आर्ट क्यों करता है, सुबह से लेकर शाम तक लगा रहता है, कीट मारता रहता है. आज उसी की वजह से हूँ यहाँ. और आज मैं काम करता हूँ, कोई चोरी तो नहीं करता. मेरी समझ में नहीं आता. लोग कोई मीडिया वाले मुझे पूछते हैं कि यार आप इतने सुबह क्यों जाते? अरे सुबह उठ रहा हूँ तो उठता ही होगा, मतलब सुबह बढ़िया उठने के लिए. रात को भी जल्दी सो जाता. अरे बेवकूफ, रात को सोता है आदमी. मेरी समझ में नहीं आता मैं गलत क्या कर रहा हूँ. आप इतना काम क्यों? अरे काम नहीं करेगा, काम करूंगा मैं, 4 दिन में करूंगा. हाँ, अगर पिक्चर के अंदर 50 दिन चाहिए 50 दिन दूंगा, 70 दिन चाहिए 70 दिन दूंगा. मैं अपने दिन की बात कर रहा था, 40 दिन 50 दिन में खत्म होने, वैसे तो पिक्चर को करीबन 70 80 90 दिन लगते हैं, लेकिन मेरी समझ के बाहर है। आज मेरा मतलब कभी मैं ऐसा बोला नहीं हूँ, लेकिन आज मेरा मन करता है मैं बोलूँ कि क्या बात है भाई, क्या मतलब शेरवानी में क्या परेशानी है कि मैं इतना काम करता हूँ, वो आपको तकलीफ होती है।
I knew that we'd have very limited time here, so I asked all your fans, because we are also getting streamed live. I asked a lot of your fans to tell us a few questions which I should be asking you, and I thought I'll pick up the. So, एक तो fan armies है आप लोगों की. There's so many people, uncountable people responded. You're very very nice fans you are. So the one big question that came for you, Ram, was about RC15, and that's how I realized that this means your 15th film, Shankar's film, and people are saying, your fans are saying, sir, itne din ho gaye, mahine se shoot ho raha hai, when are we getting it? When is the look reveal happening? When are they going to see the look?
Yeah, I want to ask Shankar sir the same. I have no clue. He's a maverick director. Akshay sir also worked with him in Robo, and it was my dream to work with him. Since '92, I was a big fan of Shankar sir from his earlier days of filmmaking. And I'm just fortunate I'm on his sets, and the rest I'll leave it to those maverick directors to decide what is right, when it is
But you're
the right
supposed to
time.
go abroad to shoot another schedule.
I'm also waiting along with all of them to see my first look, the first title announcement, the date, everything. Yeah, we are heading to New Zealand day after.
You're going to New
Yes.
Zealand for this. So Ram, on behalf of all of your fans, please request Shankar
I will.
that the look is getting awaited very, very strongly.
Absolutely. Thank you. I will.
And Akshay, of course, this has been trending since yesterday, and I have to ask you on behalf of millions of your fans, there is speculation that you may not be doing Hera Fairy 3. What is the reality? Please tell us directly now in your words.
Okay. See, Hera Fairy has been a part of me. Like a lot of people have memories, even I have good memories about it, and मुझे भी दुख होता है कि इतने सालों से वो फिल्म बनी नहीं, मतलब उसके आगे का पार्ट 3. एंड जैसे मैंने कहा कि we have to dismantle things, we have to start thinking in a different way. See, the film was offered to me, I was told about it, but the screenplay, script and everything, I was not satisfied, I was not happy with it. I have to just not say it, I have to do what people want to see. And that is why I backed out. I took a step behind. For me, it's a part of my life, my journey. It's in a huge way. मुझे भी बहुत दुख हो रहा है. मैं खुद भी बहुत दुखी हूँ इस बात से कि मैं कर नहीं पा रहा हूँ, because I'm not happy with how the things have changed, shaped up. The creative thing and what it is, I'm not happy with it. So that's why I just backed out.
Sure. Ram, can't not talk about the fact that the success of RRR and also the success of KGF and Pushpa brought into focus the whole how South Indian films are working, and my fraternity is as guilty, if not even more than the common person, of sort of bracketing all of South cinema, while there is an excellent cinema happening in Telugu, in Tamil, and very different ones in Kannada and Malayalam. But we have for years and years, bracketed all of that and called you all South stars. Now, with the success of all these films and this coinciding with the fact that Hindi cinema doesn't seem to be working at the moment, is there ever a feeling of vindication? Is there ever, when you sit with a fellow star from the Telugu cinema, etc., कभी ऐसे होता है कि अब दिखा दिया ना, अभी इन लोगों को पता चल रहा है हम लोग क्या कर सकते हैं? Is there ever that kind of?
Never have at least never have I ever thought like that. And knowing all my colleagues in South, we don't think like that. We actually, the exposure the Bollywood films have is tremendous. and how it made an impact, especially watching his films. We all had a huge, big smile on my face, on our faces, from Khiladi series to Hera Fairy series, the Houseful series, the good films which he made, the thought-provoking films he made, like Bad Man, Kesari was one of my favorite. So, such wonderful films were made. We never thought it was coming from another region. We always got inspired, and it always inspired youngsters like us to make better films from wherever we are coming. And yes, we wanted our films to, I mean, not beating around the bush, but here, yes, I wanted our films to also reach beyond our states. And it was only time that our films were accepted way more than it was accepted in the past. Of course, Mr. Rajnikant and Kamal Hassan also has traveled across, and they've done very well. And my dad have done a couple of films like Akshay, Gentleman, and some of the films. But today, we have become a unit, like one unit, the Indian cinema unit, which we are calling today. And I'm so proud to be in this era where we all are, in the future, we all are coexisting, and we're not like somebody from different regions. I want to work with somebody from Gujarat industry, Bengal industry, from beautiful director from Bengal. I love Bengali films. I wish somebody from there comes and casts me in their film. So I really wish this is going to become a very seamless cinema, seamless industry which borders us.
Whatever may have led to this, but as you said, this completeness of Indian cinema now, and maybe the redundancy of terms like Bollywood, Hollywood, Tollywood, which is soon happening. But Akshay, you've been one person who's actually, and Ram was saying this backstage, I heard him say that to you as well, that you've always, I don't think you've differentiated ever between Hindi films, and you've produced a Marathi film in the past. You are now working in a Marathi film.
Yeah, I've produced Marathi films, I've produced Punjabi films,
Yeah.
I've worked in Kannada film, I've worked in Gujarati film. So, see, ये जो है ना एक I had gone to his room, I met him, and I was telling him, I said, this whole thing of Telugu cinema, Tamil cinema, Hindi cinema, Gujarati cinema, why can't we just call it Indian cinema? And that's it. It's Indian cinema. I would prefer it like that.
Lovely. But actually, you've spoken about a certain reluctance on the part of Hindi film actors to do multi-hero, multi-star cast films.
Yeah, I have been, as I told you about it, that I'm talking about having epic films. So that can only happen if a lot of, let me say, 2-3 actors or multi-actors come together, or people like Ram Charan and me and somebody else also. We all do a film together. That is how cinema is going to be seen now. See, today, look at Hollywood. What are the cinemas they are bringing to the cinemas, not on OTT? They are bringing all kind of Marvel movies. That is the cinema they are bringing, where everybody come together and people want to see that. They want to experience. They want to enjoy. They want to sit down on that कि मैंने 350 रुपए दिए टिकट के, भाई मुझे बताओ, मुझे कहानी तो चाहिए मुझे, लेकिन कुछ और भी बहुत सारी चीजें बताओ. So they have become, they don't want to give their money, the 350 rupees just like that. They want the value of it, and they are right on the way.
So if it would take a collaboration from various actors or at various levels, because typically it's the ego that comes into play. Mera role bada hoga, uska role bada hoga. And if you see a film like RRR, you would see that, I mean, it's beautiful how these two actors have got, these two superstars of cinema have sort of come together. So you're saying that we could expect something like that to come out of Hindi films?
We should. That is what my whole.
Would you take
I've
the
been
first step?
talking about this since last 5 to 6 years about it, that we should all get together and do big cinemas.
Wonderful, wonderful. I need to ask you both actually on what you think is the toughest thing. Many years back when one would ask a film actor, a star, what is the toughest thing of being a star? There'd be cute answers that we would get. People would say, मैं पब्लिक में जाके गोलगप्पे नहीं खा सकता हूँ बिकॉज आई गेट मॉब्ड, यू नो, दैट्स रियली सच टफ लाइफ. मैं बाहर जाता हूँ इसलिए अपनी फैमिली के साथ है. Now, the toughest part to my mind, and I could be wrong, is the fact that you guys are vulnerable and exposed to an entire range of negativity sometimes on social media. Everyone's an expert. So you get opinions on first looks, you get opinions on teasers, everyone is an expert on how you should be conducting yourself. How do you, I mean, if such negativity comes your way, which is inevitable and it's not just particular to you, what is your mechanism of coping with it? Akshay will start.
Well, it's any kind of negativity comes. एक तूफान, हमें तो यही सिखाया गया कभी कोई तूफान आए तो सर झुका के नीचे बैठ जाओ या ऊँट के पीछे छुप जाओ. तो ये you just have to take it. What people are saying it, understand. If you think few things are right, absorb it, correct it, and then go there.
Sure. Ram.
I mean, he's absolutely right. It's coming from the man himself. I think it's part of the work we're doing. It's the challenges which we have to face. It's inevitable. And I think more than not able to have a hold up, I think, like he said, learning from these